Run-on flat characterizes a tire design that has run-flat capabilities. When mounting and dismounting the run-on flat tire, the professional quickly recognizes some familiar manipulations, but also notices some changes in the various working steps. The run-on flat tire can be fitted on any conventional rim and requires no special tools. Run-on flat tires are only admissible in combination with an air pressure monitoring system. There are two different kinds of systems. Firstly, the indirect measuring systems, which don't require rim sensors and are controlled via the ABS system. A visual and acoustic signal informs the driver if there's a loss in air pressure. An example is the worn air system. Secondly, the direct measuring systems. Here, sensors are attached to the valve or rim. In this case, particular care must be taken when mounting and dismounting the tires. The first working steps are not unfamiliar to the professional and are virtually the same as with conventional tire dismounting. Remove all balancing weights and clamp the wheel securely onto the mounting machine. After removing the valve insert, please ensure that the tire is fully deflated. When using a mounting machine that works with a bead breaker blade, the positioning of the blade is particularly important. Place the blade at an angle of 180 degrees from the valve and as closely as possible to the rim flange in order to avoid damage to the tire and pressure sensor. If the mounting machine works with bead breaker rollers, the top roller is first of all placed with slight pressure on the rim flange. The bottom roller is put in position in the same way and moved forwards until it reaches the tire bead. When the right-hand foot pedal is lifted, the wheel turns anti-clockwise. The roller rotates and is guided along gradually, unseating the bead at the bottom. In order to make it easier to remove the tire, lubricant is applied to the rim flange and tire bead with a flat brush. Afterwards, the roller is removed. When unseating the upper bead, please pay attention to the integrated air pressure control system. In this case as well, lubricant is applied to the rim flange and tire bead in order to make it easier to remove the tire. Continue turning the wheel until the valve is in the 12 o'clock position. Place a flat mounting iron with plastic slide protection in the resulting gap in order to ensure that the wheel is not damaged. Remove the pressure roller and lever the bead over the mounting head. Turn the wheel clockwise using the right-hand pedal and at the same time remove the upper bead. In order to remove the lower bead, put the valve in the 12 o'clock position again and lever it onto the mounting head. While turning the wheel clockwise, press your hand against the lower sidewall so that the tire is guided securely over the mounting head. In many cases, it is only possible to see whether a wheel is equipped with a pressure sensor by looking closely at the union nut of the valve. The various air pressure systems differ mainly due to their design. Some work with the sensor on the valve, whereas with other systems the valve is secured with a clamp in the well base. For the professional, the preparations for mounting a run-on flat tire are nothing new. Check the tire size and running direction and pay attention to any special features that the wheel-tire combination may have. When replacing the valve, check the seal. When doing this, pay attention to the instructions of the sensor manufacturer. The tire beads and rim flanges are rubbed with lubricant. Position the mounting head on the rim flange and turn the rim together with the valve sensor in front of the traction point of the lower bead. There should be a distance of 10 to 15 centimeters, 4 to 6 inches between the valve and traction point. This gives the sensor optimum protection. If the rim spins without taking the tire with it, the process must be repeated. Before you start mounting the upper bead, secure the tire with the roller on the mounting head. Now repeat the process for the upper bead. Turn the rim until it reaches the traction point of the tire, so there's a distance of 10 to 15 centimeters, 4 to 6 inches, between the traction point and the valve. Help the rim take the tire with it by pressing lightly against the tire wall. In the case of complicated wheel-tire combinations, and in order to protect the rim and wheel, it is recommended that you use a mounting device. This device ensures that the tire glides into the well base without any physical strain. It assumes the role of a second person when mounting the tire. After positioning the mounting head, a gap is formed with the roller. The first fitting is inserted 10 to 15 centimeters, 4 to 6 inches behind the valve sensor. The other fittings are positioned as needed by turning the wheel to the right. In order to detach the mounting device, press the tyre slightly downwards with the roller and remove the plastic fittings one after the other in an anti-clockwise direction. In order to ensure that the wheel is in an optimum position and in the interest of low mounting pressure, it is recommended that you inflate the tyre before the lubricant dries up. When inflating the tyre, ensure that the mounting pressure does not exceed 3.3 bar. After screwing in the valve insert, the operating pressure is set to that stated by the vehicle manufacturer. And here, once again, an overview of the features of the run-on flat tyre mounting process. Run-on flat tyres are only admissible in combination with an air pressure monitoring system. Some systems work with a valve sensor which requires particular care when mounting. The run-on flat tyre can be mounted on every conventional rim. No special tools are required for mounting.